Good day! This is Teacher Rowan. I'll be your guide in exploring Google Apps for education, for teaching and learning. In Google for Education, teachers can connect and collaborate easily while staying on task. It gives teachers the freedom to spend more time personalizing the learning experience and less time managing it. Students can learn essential skills such as 21st century problem solving, which they can use it in their future careers. As such, the accessibility features will also help and assist every learner to do their best work. Google offers different useful applications that we can use to connect education to technology. This will help our teachers as a 21st century educators to innovate and find ways on how to make teaching and learning more exciting, engaging, effective, and flexible to the demands of the society. Let's re-explore the education experience by discovering new angles to create, collaborate, and communicate as one. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Ang pagkatuto, huwag gawing komplikado. Sulong edukalidad.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our module, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Hello, good afternoon. It's a beautiful Monday afternoon sa inyong lahat. Narito na naman tayo sa isa na namang makabuluhang session ng ating ETUlay online tutorial for grade 9 science with, of course, with my ever-reliable partner, Tutor Vandong. Hi, Tutor Vandong. Kamusta ka?
Hello! Ayan, Tutor Kevin, medyo okay na ako dahil nakikita na kita. Hindi ko na kailangan tumag na sa klolo at medyo okay na ang aking boses. Ngayon, Tutor Kevin, medyo nag-struggle ako last time. Ang ganda ng background mo, Tutor Kevin. I like your background.
Sa garden. Okay, parang medyo fresh naman.
Kailangan ko yata yan. Oo.
Ayan, good afternoon sa ating mga learners at especially sa ating mga teachers at saka sa ating mga parents na talaga namang nakatutok ngayong hapon ito. Okay, Tutor Vandong, napaka-ganda ng pag-uusapan natin ngayon kasi dito na-realize ko sa magiging lesson natin na lahat pala ng bagay sa mundo, whether malaki o maliit, ay may value.
Yes, Tutor Kevin. At medyo mahirap bilangin, di ba? Sa sobrang liit ng iba, Tutor Kevin, pero may paraan para malaman natin yung eksaktong yun, di ba? Katulad ng merienda ko ngayon, Tutor Kevin, bibigay sa akin ni Nina. Ito, inabot niya na lang sa akin.
Wow, ano yan?
Isang bote ng garbanzos. Tira niya ng bulir.
Masarap yan. Saan ba nilalagay sa halo-halo? No? Pwede yan.
Yes, medyo mahirap bilangin yung mga garbanzos sa loob.
Kaya
nakabote siyang isang bata lang banggit natin dyan, Tutor Kevin. Ayan.
Tama. At siyempre, again, tulad ng sinabi ni Tutor Vandong, lahat ng bagay may bilang yan. Kahit napakaliit na particle yan, meron pa rin kwenta yan. Di ba, Tutor Vandong?
Yes, Tutor Kevin.
Ayan. Sige. Now, learners, ihandaan ng inyong mga self-learning module dahil sabayan nyo kami sa ating lesson ngayong Science 9 Monday from 2:20 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Dahil pag-uusapan natin ngayon, Quarter 2, Week 7 is all about the mole
Mall concept.
concept.
Pero Tutor Kevin, bago natin banggitin yung mall concept dahil gusto ko ring malaman kung kahit nauubo-ubo ba ako last time, may natutunan sila sa akin, no? Pero I'm sure meron naman siguro dahil diniscuss ko, Tutor Kevin, ang
Mm-mm.
hydrocarbons that time, no?
Alright.
Last week, I discussed hydrocarbons. Ayun nga, binanggit ko yung saturated, yung alkanes natin na single bond.
Mm-mm.
At
Mm-mm.
saka yung saturated hydrocarbons natin, yan ang alkenes and alkynes. Binanggit ko din
Yes.
diniscuss ko din ang functional groups, Tutor Kevin, yung mga alcohol na
Mm-mm.
yan, yung ketones, aldehydes, carboxylic
Mm-mm.
acid, ether esters, ayan, Tutor Kevin, binanggit natin yan at na-discuss natin yan last time. So ngayon, alam kong ready na sila for the mall concept.
Ayan, sige. Since everyone is already okay, let's discuss this mole concept. Okay, gagamitin natin itong self-learning module mula sa ating central office. Okay,
Ayan.
quarter to week 7. Ano ba, Tutor Vandong, ang ating MELCs?
All right, our most essential learning competency for week 7 is use the mole concept to express mass of substances. That's with the code S9MT-2I-19, Tutor Kev.
Okay. At syempre, ang ating mga layunin ngayong hapong ito is to differentiate molecular unit from formula unit and compute for the molecular mass. We will also define mole and calculate for the number of moles of given compounds, and of course, compute for the number of particles given the mass or number of moles, and convert number of moles, mass, and number of particles from one unknown to another. Compacted talaga ng hapon natin ngayon, Tutor Vandong. Kaya
Yes,
without
Tutor
any
Kev.
further ado, ayan,
Ayan na.
Tutor
Let us
Vandong.
start. Okay. With what I know. Ayan. So here's our direction. Choose the letter of the best answer. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Or syempre naman, ito ay susulat sila dito sa ating comment
Yes.
section. No? Para
Comment
malaman
section.
natin. Ayan. At saka, Tutor Kevin, dahil nga nababanggitin na natin yung ating first question. No? Babatiin ko lang yung mga learners natin, no? Especially si Ma'am Eleanor Aquino ng Partida
Hello.
National High School. Lagi siyang nakatutok, Tutor Kevin, from STO
Alright.
Bulacan. Andyan din si Ma'am Lorwina Diturla ng Gutad National High School, SDO Pampanga naman. And bukod pa dyan, syempre pa ang dami nating mga learners ngayon. Natutuwa ako at nakasubaybay sila. Kaya naman, Tutor Kevin, let me see question number 1. Ayan. So question number 1 is, which is the correct formula unit for sodium chloride? Okay. Is it A, NaCl? Is it B, Na2Cl? Is it C, Na3Cl2? Or is it D, Na2Cl5? Answer mo! Show mo!
Show
Ayun na
mo!
naman.
Ayan, hi sa ating mga viewers ngayon. Kamusta kayong lahat?
Tina National High School. Ayan, nandyan sila. Syempre pa. Ayan na nga, kakabanggit ko lang sa Gutad National High School kay Ma'am Lorwina. No? Hello po, Ma'am Lorwina. Ayan. So, ang Malabon National High School, ang Lanwa, Mayhua, Adventure, lagi nakatutok, Tutor Kevin, sa atin. Ayan. So, ayan, sabi ni Andre, letter A daw, Tutor Kevin. And the correct answer to this really is letter A. NaCl. Tama silang lahat, Tutor Kev. Oh, talaga naman.
Yes, congratulations.
Alright, let's proceed with question number 2.
Ayan, medyo mahilig tayo dito. Caffeine is a natural compound commonly found in coffee, tea, chocolate, and soft drinks. What is the molar mass of caffeine? With a chemical formula C8H10N4O2. Is it A 1.71.1 grams per mole? Is it B 189.4 grams per mole? Is it C 194.2 grams per mole? Or is it D 199.8 grams per mole? Learners, you don't have to to give me again yung pinaka-correct answer. Kailangan ko lang malaman kung anong...
Yes, Tutor Kevin, alam nila yung process yan. Malamang po, nag-advance sa reading yan, Tutor Kevin, kaya alam nilang isolve yan. Okay?
Sige, so, tingnan natin.
Naka-ready ang periodic table niyan.
Answer mo, right. Show mo.
Ayan, so nagsasagot na sila, Tutor Kevin. Ayan. Okay, sabi ni Andre, letter C daw. Ayan. Hello, mga learners from Diamantina National High School. Isabella, hello sa inyo dyan.
Ayan, sabi ni Julian Cayetano, it's C. Sabi ni Henschel Gans ay C.
Yan,
si Graham Mars, si Den, si Carl. Tingnan natin ang tamang sagot. Correct answer is...
Alright. The correct answer. Oh, di ba, Tutor Kevin?
194.2 grams per mole. Ayan.
Diba?
Sige, Tutor Vandong, can you do the honor for the last number?
Last number. Okay, number 3. How many moles are contained in 34 grams of NH3 or ammonia? Is it A, 1 mole? Is it B, 2 mole? Is it C, 17 mole? Is it D, 34 mole? Answer mo, show mo.
Show
Ayan,
mo.
tingnan natin kung alam din nila mag-compute ng moles, ha?
Yeah.
Alright, so tingnan natin ang kanilang mga sagot. Binabati natin ang ating mga learners from Santa Lucia National High School. Hello sa inyo
Hello.
dyan. Ayan, they are watching. Siyempre pa, ang Doña Magdalena Gafood. Talagang lagi nakatutok sila.
Lagi yan, Tutor
Yes, to
Bandong.
see. Okay? Itong mga learners natin na talaga namang sumusubaybay. So, Tutor Gavin, what's the correct answer to number 3?
Correct answer is B.
2 mole. It's 2
2
mole.
mole.
Alright. Okay, so Tutor Kevin, ayan na, last na yung ating sa pre, no? So, pre-assessment, we will proceed now to our lesson. Excited na yung mga learners natin, eh.
Totoo,
Okay?
Tutor Bandong. Yan,
Tingnan
Tutor
natin.
Bandong, our lesson is the mole concept. Tingnan natin to, meron mga akong pinicturean dito na grains of rice, powdered sugar, at saka table salt. Alam ko na lahat ng tahanan ay meron ng mga basic na yan.
Yes. Akalain mo magagamit natin yan sa ating mall concept, no? Yung mga
Correct.
pag nakita nila, ginamit ni tutor and siguro may kinalaman to sa aming lesson. Alright. So, Tutor Kevin.
Tsaka Tutor Bandong, di ba, kapag bibili ka sa palengke, balik natin sa slide na to, pag bibili ka sa palengke, di ba, gumagamit tayo ng iba't ibang unit, like, pabili nga po ng 1 kilong bigas, pabili nga po ng 1/4 na asukal, yung ganon, di ba? Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin sa tindahan na pabili nga po ng 1,000 butil ng
Yeah, because we cannot count for the butil, Tutor Kevin. Pag pupunta tayo, isa-isayin natin yung butil, na kaya grains of rice. Ayan.
So, ayan, meron talagang unit tayong ginagamit. Ano?
Yes, ayan nga.
Halimbawa, itong
So,
tsinelas.
tingnan natin para mas malinaw.
Yan, ang tsinelas, ang counting
Counting
unit yan
unit
ay
yan.
pair.
Yun.
Number of pieces, 2. Ano pang sunod, Tutor Bandong?
Ayan, so nakakita ako ng egg. Naku, famous na famous siya nitong New Year dahil pampaswerte daw yan. So pag bumili tayo, dozen. Tutor Kevin. At pag sinabing dosena, alam na nila kung ilang piraso, di ba? 12 or 12 pieces yan.
Parang ang hirap, pabili nga po na 12 pirasong itlog. Next po ay ito. Nako, sikat na sikat to, Tutor Bandong. Case.
Ayan,
Ang isang case ng mga botelya na yan ay 24 pieces ang ibig sabihin. Anong next, Tutor Bandong?
Ayan, nakakita ko ng papel, Tutor Kevin. At pagka sinabi nating counting unit o rim, di ba? Bumibili tayo usually para tipid, no? Isang rim nga po dyan. Okay, ng bond paper. At ang number of pieces niyan ay 500. Ayan, 500 pieces, isang rim na yan. Okay?
Ang hirap magbilang, ano?
Bibilangan mo isa.
Diba? At syempre, yung pinakamaliliit na particles ng lahat ng bagay ay may counting unit din. Ang tawag is mole. Number of pieces, lagi natin itong binabasa as 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles. Okay, ang lahat ng bagay na may maliliit na particles ay meron ding number of pieces. Okay, we call it as mole. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will be having the molecular and formula mass. Pero differentiate muna natin itong dalawang to. Tutor Bandong?
Ayan. So we have formula mass and molecular mass, no? So pag formula mass is the sum average of the atomic weights of the atoms in its empirical formula. Empirical formula, Tutor Kevin, don't worry, no, dahil yung mga learners natin, they will learn how to compute for the empirical formula. Next meeting yan, i-discuss natin yan ulit. And also, yung molecular mass, Tutor Kevin, which is the average mass as calculated by adding the atomic weights of the atoms in the molecular formula na naman, Tutor Kevin. Matututunan din nila yan kung paano mag-solve ng molecular formula, okay, sa ating week 8. Ayan. So, ayan muna yung difference.
Pareho sila. Formula mass and molecular mass are two values that express the size of a molecule. Tandaan yan, ha?
Yes, yung kanilang similarities. Alright.
Yes.
Okay,
ito pa. Pag sinabi nating formula mass, it uses AM, your atomic mass per unit, as its units. Pag molecular mass naman, it uses grams per mole. Ano naman sa formula mass, mass of molecules may not be exact. May not be exact, ha? Pag molecular mass, it always gives the exact mass of a mole of molecules.
Alright. So that's the difference. So another, Tutor Kevin, okay, so we have, for formula mass, always give the exact mass of a mole. Okay? So molecular mass calculated through molecular. Okay, and then the other one, yung formula mass, sum of the masses of atoms present in the empirical formula. And then for molecular mass naman, it's mass of a mole of a given molecule.
Molecule.
Okay, so ayan.
Yan
As
difference.
as we go along, Tutor Kevin, malilinawan nila lahat
Yes.
itong mga binabanggit natin, no? And also, Tutor Kevin,
Lastly, for formula mass, it is used for ionic compounds. For molecular mass naman, covalent. Okay?
ayan. So, ayan, no? Talaga namang dugtong-dugtong no, yung ating mga
Correct.
lessons. Alright, so let's proceed
Tutor
now, Tutor
Bandong,
Kevin.
unahin natin si molecular mass. Example
Yan.
natin is ibuprofen with the chemical formula C13H18O2. What is the molecular mass for this compound? Ito, Tutor Bandong, nag-take ako ng ibuprofen ngayon kasi talaga namang sakit. May headache si Tutor Kevin ngayon
Sabi na
talaga.
nila, talaga, oo nga, Tutor Kevin, ano yan talaga, no? At buti may nabili ka na kasi nung nakaraan medyo nagkaroon ng
Ay grabe,
kakakulakan.
kaninang madaling araw, Tutor Bandong, naghanap ako ng paracetamol. Drive ako kanina, nakailang akong drugstore, wala talaga silang stock.
Yes.
Ayan, mahal magkasakit ngayon ha.
Oo, wag na wag, mahal.
Wag na wag. Okay, sige. Si ibuprofen, tingnan natin yung chemical formula, C13H18O2. Ang gagawin natin, learners, para makita natin makompute natin yung molecular mass, yung compound na to, i-separate muna natin sila isa-isa, okay? We have
Kunin
the
natin yung lahat
elements.
ng elements. Yes.
Elements, carbon, meron tayong hydrogen at meron tayong oxygen. Ilan sila? Ilagay natin sa quantity. Ilan si carbon? Sabi sa chemical formula, it's 13. Si hydrogen, 18. Si oxygen, 2. Ano naman yung average atomic mass kinakailangan nating tingnan ng ating periodic table of elements? Nandun yan. Si carbon ay merong average atomic mass na 12.01. Okay, si hydrogen, 1.01. Si oxygen, 16.00. Again, sa nakita tong average atomic mass sa kaibigan nating periodic table of elements. Sa nakita si quantity, nandun yan sa chemical formula, yung subscript niya.
It's the number of atoms, Tutor Kevin, no? Of a given
Yes.
element.
Correct. At ano naman ang subtotal? Paano natin makukuha yan? Kinakailangan natin i-multiply si quantity at si average atomic mass. Okay? So, which will give us carbon with 13 times 12.01 is 156.13. Ganon din naman sa iba. No? Kapag na-compute na natin yung subtotal or the atomic mass unit, i-add na natin sila. The molecular mass of this compound is 206.31. So sa madaling sabi, Tutor Bandong, the molecular mass of ibuprofen with the chemical formula C13H18O2 is 206.31 atomic mass unit. Okay? Sige. So anong ginawa natin? Lahat ng element present in the compound ay kinuha natin isa-isa. Kinuha natin yung kanilang kinuha natin yung quantity, yung average atomic mass, pinag-multiply si quantity at saka si average atomic mass, then yung sum nila kinuha natin to get the molecular mass. Now, next, Tutor Bandong.
Compute the formula mass of lime water, which is the formula is calcium. That is calcium hydroxide, Tutor Kevin. That's lime water, and the formula is CaOH2. Okay, close and open 2. Okay, so the elements involved, we have calcium, oxygen, and hydrogen. All right, so quantity, Tutor Kevin, if we will look at the formula, calcium has 1 number of atoms, and then oxygen has 2. Remember the close and open parenthesis, it means that oxygen has 2, hydrogen has 2. Okay, and then of course the mass, okay, for calcium is 40.08, which is, using the periodic table of elements. And then you have there oxygen, 1.01, and yung hydrogen, which is 16. Tutor Kevin, oxygen is 16.00 and hydrogen is 1.01.
Yeah.
Nagkapalit. Yeah. All right. And so we have the subtotal, which is 40.08. Okay. So for oxygen, it's 16. It's 32.00, and for hydrogen, it's 2.02. Tutor Kevin,
correct.
All right. And so the mass for this calcium hydroxide or lime water is 74.10. Right, Tutor Kevin. So that is 74.10.
Okay.
So that is, so the formula mass of lime water is 74.10 atomic mass unit. All right.
Tama. So halos similar lang talaga sila, no?
Tutor Kevin.
What is mole? Mole is, or MOL, is simply defined as the quantity of a substance which contains the same number of particles. Katulad niyan, meron tayong 1 mole of table salt is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd ion pair. So ibig sabihin kada butil pala niyan ay merong value na 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles. Katulad din sa sugar, tama ba, Tutor Bandong?
Yes, Tutor Kevin. So 1 mole of sugar or C12H22O11 is equivalent to 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power sugar. Okay? Which is C12H22O11. Ayan, Tutor
11.
Kevin.
Ganon din kay gold. At
Alright.
ganon din kay water.
Kay
Bawat
water.
isa
Yeah.
sa
So, ayan yung
kanila.
katumbas niya, Tutor Kevin, no? It's 6 point, because it's Avogadro's constant. Later, you will discuss that, di ba? So, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, okay, atoms. Gold atoms.
Correct.
Ayan. And then for water, that is for water also, is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules.
Molecules.
Yan. Water, H2O. Alright?
Sige. Now, katulad ng sinabi kanina ni Tutor Vandong, in counting the number of atoms, gumagamit tayo ng constant. Ang tawag natin dito is Avogadro's number na equivalent to a mole. This chemical calculation used in chemistry known as stoichiometry. Okay?
Ayan.
So, ayan. Sino ba yan, Tutor Vandong? Ano ba yung nasa slide na yan?
Ayan, 1 mole is the amount of substance that contains as many particles as they are present in 12 grams of carbon atom. Ayun nga yung katumbas na Tutor Kevin, yung binabanggit natin na 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. Okay, so the actual number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon 12 isotope is equal to, ayan, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles.
23rd, yeah.
Avogadro's number in honor of the Italian scientist Amedeo Avogadro. Ayan, si
Avogadro.
Amedeo Avogadro.
Salamat tayo sa kanya, no? So, what is a mole? 1 mole of carbon is equal to 12.00 grams. Katulad ng sinabi natin kanina, kada isang unit o kada isang particle ay merong katumbas na 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power. Huwag nating pahirapan ng sarili natin o tandaan natin, bawat isang unit ay katumbas ng
yan,
Avogadro
numero na yan,
constant.
Tutor Kelvin. Oo, yung constant number na yan ni Avogadro. Kaya napakahalaga niya. 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power. Ayan.
Know it by heart, ha? Okay.
Yes, Tutor
Calculating
Kelvin.
number of
I
mole
love
given the
chemistry.
mass or vice versa. Ito yung ating equation. Ano? Mole is equal to mass expressed in grams divided by formula or the molecular mass. You can
Ayan.
screenshot it if you want, okay?
So, ayan na, magsusolve na sila, no? Ayan, batiin muna natin, Tutor Kevin, ang ating mga learners, no? They are,
Sige.
ayan, nakatutok sa atin talaga naman na mula pa kanina from Santa Lucia National High School. Hello sa inyo dyan. Ayan, syempre pa ang aking school na Malabon National High School na talagang naman nakatutok ang aking mga estudyante. Ayan, Tutor Kevin, let's start to compute. Ayan na nga, calculate the number of moles of oxygen, O2, in 24.0 grams of oxygen. Okay, so tandaan natin, Tutor Kevin, diba, 1 mole of oxygen is equivalent to 32.0 grams. Ayan, so ayan na yung gagamitin natin. So in solving the mole, Tutor Kevin, okay, so we have mole which is equivalent to, ayan na nga, 24.0 grams of oxygen. Okay, Tutor Kevin, and then 1 mole kasi of oxygen is equivalent to 32.0 grams. So let us, Tutor Kevin, cancel the same unit which is grams. So we can arrive now, or we will arrive with the unit which is mole. Okay, so yung mole ngayon, okay, is equivalent to 0.75 mole oxygen. Ayan, Tutor Kevin, no? Cancel lang. Okay?
Tama. Thank you so much, Tutor Vandong. Hello din sa aking EPS in Science, Ma'am Maria Felo Relay Amon sa Calamba City, Tesoro Oliver National High School sa aking school head, Ma'am Let Karaan Maikes. Hello sa inyo dyan. Sige. Mole mass relationship naman tayo. By recognizing the relationship between the molecular mass, moles, tsaka ng particles, scientists can use dimensional analysis to easily convert mass, number of moles of atoms, or vice versa. So magko-convert tayo dito. Halimbawa, case number 1, number of moles is given. Ang mass naman is unknown. So meron tayong general pattern dyan. Mass is equal to given number of moles times the molar mass. Again, mass is equal to number of particles of moles times the molar mass. So ayan. So if the moles is given, number of moles is given, and the mass is unknown, what are we going to do? So we will be we will be arranging this equation into our working equation. Therefore, mass is equal to given number of moles times grams divided by mole. So,
Ayan.
ayan. Yun na pala yun. So, problem. I-apply na natin dito ha, yung ating case number 1. What is the mass in grams of 2 moles of magnesium? No, step 1. Identify the given. Given, meron tayong 2 moles of magnesium. 1 mole of magnesium, tandaan, is 24 grams of magnesium. Unknown natin is the mass in grams of magnesium. Okay? Tandaan natin, 1 mole of magnesium is 24 grams. Step number 2. Identify the case on the table above and use the formula. So case number 1, mass is equal to given number of moles times grams divided by mole. Ito yung ating gagamiting equation. Substitute lang natin yung ating equation for us to arrive in our working equation. Mass is equal to 2 moles of magnesium times 24 grams of magnesium divided by 1 mole of magnesium. What's the answer here? 2 moles of magnesium, pero magka-cancel muna tayo dito. Cancel natin si moles of magnesium. Kasi we are looking on
mass.
The mass, no?
Okay,
So 2 moles, 2 times 24 divided by 1 is 48 grams of magnesium. Alright?
Yeah. Okay,
Tutor Bandong, paano naman yung case number 2?
Learners natin medyo quiet kasi no, talaga kasi nagko-compute yata sila, Tutor Kevin. Kaya nga babatiin ko muna ang ating mga kasama. Ayan, si Ma'am Sharian Lee from Malabon National High School na talagang laging nakatutok, Tutor Kevin, no, sa atin. Ayan, hello sa inyo, SDO Malabon. Ayan, at syempre pa ang Kabulay High School. Ayan, nakatutok din sila.
Tutor Bandong, merienda namin kahapon is Pansit Malabon.
Ay, talaga, Tutor. Saan yung binili yun?
Ayun,
meron naman siguro doon na available sa area niya.
Right.
Alright, let's proceed, Tutor Kevin, with case number 2. Mass is given, number of moles is unknown. Ayan, so Tutor Kevin, what is our general pattern? Number of moles equals given mass times molar mass. Alright, so number of moles equals given mass times, ayan na nga, no? Moles over molar mass. Alright, so Tutor Kevin, let's have an example for this. Okay, so what is the number of moles of 36 grams of water? All right, so let us compute for that. So the first process is to identify the given. Ayan, Tutor Kevin, ang given natin ay 36 grams of water. Okay, so ano ang unknown? Ang unknown, ang pinapahanap sa atin, number of moles. All right, and molar mass of water. Okay, so solve natin, Tutor Kevin. Let us determine the molar mass of a compound. So ano-ano ba yung mga element present? Obviously, we have hydrogen and we have oxygen, Tutor Kevin. So we have, obviously, we have 2 grams, okay? And we have 16 grams for oxygen. All right? Okay, so dahil yung H ay multiply natin sa 2 because it has number H2O, number of atoms is 2 for hydrogen. So it's multiplied by 2 and oxygen is 1. So 2, ayun na nga, Tutor Kevin, and 16. So molar mass is 18 grams per mole. That's the molar mass. Okay, next, Tutor Kevin, next step is substitute the values in the equation. Okay, in this, we will use the formula in case number 2. No? So we have the number of moles, which is 36 grams of water. Okay, multiplied by 1 mole of water is equivalent to 18 grams of water, Tutor Kevin. So let us try to, okay, cancel the same unit. Ayan na nga, no? So para matira yung hinahanap natin na mole, okay, so the correct answer to this is 2 mole of water, Tutor Kevin. If we will, 36, no, divide 18, Tutor Kevin, that is 2 mole of water. That's the remaining unit is mole. Okay? Dahil kina-cancel natin, mahalaga yung cancel para alam ng mga bata no, kung ano yung natitirang unit at alam nila dahil nga, di ba, nakalagay naman dyan, ano yung unknown. Ayan.
Correct.
Hello! Ayan, mga from Tala. Ayan, gising ng mga from Tala National High School, Tutor Kevin. Si Ma'am Letty naman ang namamahala dyan.
Hi, Ma'am!
Hello, thank you so much for watching, Ma'am Letty. Alright, Tutor Kevin, let's proceed now.
Okay, now convert moles in the number of atoms in each substance using Avogadro's number. Number of particles is equal to n times n, where yung small or lowercase n is the number of moles. Uppercase n is, of course, the Avogadro's constant, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power. No? Sample problem natin, carbon dioxide, the one that we expel, is the byproduct of the respiration of humans and animals. Ginagamit to of course, ng mga plants to perform photosynthesis. Now, if a human, kunyari ikaw, nag-release ka ng 3 moles of carbon dioxide in 1 second, how many molecules of carbon dioxide are there? Ulit, ikaw ay nag-release ng 3 moles ng carbon dioxide kada segundo. How many moles of carbon dioxide are there? Ilan ang mole? Tingnan natin, computation process, step 1. Ano yung given at saka ano yung unknown? Given natin is 3 moles of carbon dioxide. Ano yung hinahanap natin? Sabi sa problema, number of particles or the molecules ang hinahanap natin. Now, substitute the given in the equation. Ang equation natin is number of particles equals 3 moles times 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles power of carbon dioxide molecules. So, ano nang gagawin natin dyan? 18.06 times 10 to the 23rd power carbon dioxide molecules equals 1.806 times 10 to the 24th carbon dioxide molecules. Okay?
All right.
Dr. Vandong, what's more?
Compute the molecular mass of the given compounds, copper 2 sulfate. Okay, so the formula is CuSO4. All right. So copper 2 sulfate. Okay, so what elements are involved? So we have copper, we have sulfur, and we have oxygen, Tutor Kevin. And the quantity based on the formula, okay, 1 copper, number of atoms, we have 1 for sulfur, and we have 4 for oxygen. All right, and of course, using the periodic table for copper, we have, Tutor Kevin, 63.55. Okay, and for sulfur, we have 32.06, and obviously for oxygen, we have 16.00. Right, so multiply that, copper, so the subtotal for copper still is 63.55, 32.06. Okay, for sulfur, and 64.00 for oxygen. And so the molecular mass, Tutor Kevin, for copper sulfate is 159.61 grams per mole. Ayan, so that is the molecular mass for copper 2 sulfate. All right. Good afternoon from Tala High School. Sir
Hello
Patrick
po.
Palinawan, hello. Ayan. Tutor Kevin, this time, convert the unit into moles. What is this, Tutor Kevin? Go ahead.
And then natin, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd particles equals 1 mole. Ngayon, what is the number of particles in 0.500 mole of aluminum? Ulit, what is the number of particles sa 0.500 mole ng aluminum? Given natin, 0.500 mole of aluminum. Equation natin, N times the uppercase N or the Avogadro's constant. Substitute natin, yung given natin is 0.500 times the Avogadro's number, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power, we will arrive at 3.01 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. So, ganun lang pala talaga kasimple itong pagko-convert into moles. No?
Yes, Tutor Kevin.
N,
Madali lang talaga yan.
times capital N.
Alright.
Alright. So, Tutor Vandong, ito yung mga pinag-usapan natin ngayon. Ano yung
Ano ba yung
una?
mga yan? Oo nga. So nakalagay dyan, Tutor Kevin, babasahin ko na ba yung sinasabi natin dyan? Sinasabi ng illustration ko dyan. 1 mole of a substance contains a fixed number of particles. Ayan. Tapos, ay, ang dami niyang nasa isip, Tutor Kevin. Ano ba yung nasa isip niya, Tutor Kev?
Ako nasa isip ko ngayon, Tutor Vandong, ay magmerienda. Nagluluto ang nanay ko ng spaghetti sa taas.
Tutor Kevin, andyan ang DepEd tayo Region 7. Ayan na ano ko lang, nakita ko lang. Ayan DepEd tayo Region 7.
Wow, ayun nga. Hello po sa inyo.
DepEd Tabayan.
Ayan,
PH,
hello po sa inyo.
Siyempre,
Ayan. I hope you are having a great time with us po.
Okay, Tutor Kevin. So ano pa yung nasa isip niya? Marami yung nasa isip.
Tapos na nasa isip niya, kada isang mole of different substance, it contains the same number of particles. But they have different masses.
Ayan.
Iba-ibang substance kasi, Tutor Vandong, iba-ibang masses, iba-ibang elements, iba-ibang mass, iba-ibang compound,
Yes.
iba-ibang mass din. Pero, tandaan natin, 1 mole of different substance contains the same number of particles. At iba-iba pa yan ng mass.
Correct, Tutor Kevin. Alright, meron pa siyang isang nasa isip, Sir Kevin. I want you to reveal that. Ayan, 1 mole of different substances has different masses and different number of particles. Ayan. So, ayan naman yung isa pa.
So talaga pala, Tutor Vandong, ay kahit gaano kalaki o kaliit ang isang bagay o kahit gaano kadami yan o kakaunti, basta bawat isang butil sa kanila, bawat isang particle ay pare-pareho sila ng constant. Avogadro's number.
Si constant talaga, no? Kaya ang constant, hindi dapat makalimutan yan, Tutor Kevin. Yung,
Tama.
napakalaking bagay talaga niyan, yung 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power particles na yan, Tutor Kevin, ni Avogadro. Alright, Tutor Kevin, I think we're ready for our assessment. Ready na ba tayo? I think our
Yes.
student, kasi kanina pa nagko-compute ang ating mga estudyante, talaga namang alam kong may calculator yan, meron yung periodic table because they cannot do that eh. Mahirap Tutor Kevin, yung lesson natin ngayon talagang kailangan nilang mag-compute. Kaya
Yes,
nga naman natin
compute.
gusto ng mga bata ang nagko-compute, Tutor Kevin, no? Kahit naman nung may face-to-face pa, napansin mo.
Yes, naalala ko yon, Tutor
Gusto nila
Vandong.
yan.
Nag-group
Gusto
activity,
to.
no?
Ayan.
Tapos may time limit yung mga students, na
Yes.
group activity sila.
They are
Grabe.
working under time pressure, di ba?
Under
Mas
time
exciting kasi yung lesson kapag gano'n, yung discussion kapag may time pressure, nag-ano yung mga bata, di ba? Alright, Tutor Kevin, I think let's proceed with the first question.
Which statement is true about the different substance having the same number of moles? Is it A, they have equal masses? Is it B, they have equal number of particles? Is it C, they have equal volumes per unit mass? Or is it D, they have the same amounts of energy? Answer mo, show mo.
Ayan, tingnan natin,
Hati muna
Tutor
tayo,
Kevin, at
Tutor Bandong,
magsasagot.
Sir John Jeff Lacuesta, Ma'am Vilma Sasa, Ma'am Ayn
Hello
Dorico,
sa
Sir
inyo.
Will
Hello
Janric.
po.
Hello sa iyo, Will Janric. Hello.
Ayan, from
Ano
Malabo
nating
National
audience
High School.
ngayon?
Ayan, nagsasagot na
Hannah
sila,
May.
Graham Moore, Tutor Kevin. Si Ma'am Eleanor is answering, Tutor Kevin, teacher yan sa science from STO.
Hi, ma'am. Hello po, ma'am. Ayan. Sige, which statement is true about the different substance having the same number of moles? Of course, the answer is letter B. They have equal number of particles. Tandaan natin yan. Tumama ba sila? Maraming tumama, no?
Maraming tumama dyan, Tutor Kevin. Oo.
Ayan, halos lahat sila tama. Congratulations.
Right, Kevin, bago tayo mag number 2, batiin ko lang yung aming retired teacher na, no? Si Ma'am Yandok, birthday niya ngayon, nagpapabati siya dahil nakatutok.
Hello po, ma'am. Happy retirement.
Ayan. Nakapahinga na, pero nanonood pa sa atin. Oh, di ba, Tutor Kevin?
Learning never stops talaga. Okay, number 2, Tutor Bandong. Go ahead.
Number 2, Tutor Kevin. The molecular mass of water is 18 grams per mole. How many moles of water is found in 6 grams of water? Ayan, ako kung medyo mabilis-bilis lang, Tutor Kevin, kasi rin tayo, under time pressure din tayo dahil hanggang lang tayo, may specific time tayo to end. So kung medyo lang talagang magsasabayan yan sa atin sa pag-compute. Letter A, 0.52 mole ba yan? Is it letter B, 1.82 mole? 1.80 mole? Letter C, 0.33 mole? Or letter D, 0.48 mole? Ayan. Si Ma'am Eleanor, nagsasagot pa rin yan. Sigurado, magsasagot pa rin yan. Ayan, hello dyan from Santa Lucia National High School. Ayan, so talaga naman na hindi sila umaalis, Tutor Kevin. Talaga namang nakatutok sila sa atin. Hello po sa inyo.
Ayan, si Graham Moore may sagot na. Letter C daw.
Ayan, may mga sagot na sila. Di ba, Tutor Kevin, ang bilis nila, no? Meron yung periodic table. Tsaka may calculus po si Graham Moore. Alright,
bigyan pa natin sila ng 30 seconds siguro. At mga 20 seconds kasi medyo mahaba
Tutor Kevin, medyo
computation yan.
Ayan, Si Graham Moore talagang active to, Tutor Kevin, no? Ayan si Rebecca. Rebecca si Baluka is my student, Tutor Kevin. Ayan.
Hello po. Hello sa'yo.
Hello, Rebecca. Ayan, si Krisa May. Nagsasagot si Tiffany, si Vilma. Ayan. Nagsasagot sila, no? BC. C ang kanilang, most of the answers is letter C, Tutor Kevin. So what's the correct
Tingnan
answer to
natin.
this,
Si
Tutor
Henschel,
Kevin?
3
What
din.
is
Si
the
Andre,
molecular mass of water? Or
C.
how many moles of
Okay.
water is found in 6 grams of water? Ayan. Tutor Kevin, the mole is
Yan!
33 mo. Alright. Letter C,
Very
tama sila,
good.
di ba, Tutor Kevin? Si Ma'am
Tama,
Eleanor, tama.
congratulations.
Oh.
Hey, Ma'am Eleanor Aquino, ayan. Tama
Ang galing
siya.
naman, Eleanor. Alright, let's proceed, Tutor Kevin.
Alright, last number is, what is the mass of 2.5 moles of
Calcium
C8?
chloride.
Calcium
Ayan.
chloride. Is it A, 420 grams, B, 720 grams, C, 120 grams, or D, 277 grams? Answer mo, show mo, compute ka muna.
Ayan, bigyan natin sila ng time to compute, Tutor Kevin, dahil nakakatuwa na nag-compute sila eh. Kasi nga, ano na rin yan, Tutor Kevin, dahil sa susunod nating session, next week, puro computation din tayo, Tutor Kev. Kaya ipinapaready ko na ngayon pa lang, yung periodic table nila at saka calculus, para mabilis. Dahil percent composition, molecular formula naman natin, PET ka lang di-discuss natin. Next week yan, Tutor Kevin, no? Week 8 na tayo, biro mo, papasok na tayo ng third quarter, Tutor Kevin.
Yes, sa third quarter na tayo, di ba?
Sana wag tayong iwan ng ating
Tutor
mga
Bandong, may dumaang dito, may dumaang merienda, naisip ko tuloy. Yung merienda kasi ng bicho, tinapay siya na may asukal. Naisip ko tuloy, bawat isang particle ng asukal nun is 6.02 times.
Kaya nga, Tutor Kevin, talagang maiisip mo lagi si Avogadro. No? Alright, ayan, tingnan natin. Medyo natatagal kasi Tutor Kevin, nagsusolve sila eh. Hindi yan
sana all naiisip, ano?
Nagko-compute ang ating mga learners. So, ayan, batiin ko lang ang aking SDO Malabon. Ayan. So,
hello po.
SDO
Calamba City din.
Thank you so much for your support. Ayan, Tutor Kevin, tingnan natin, no? Hintayin natin sila Grayamar. Oh. Si Grayamar, ang tagal, hindi. Siguro nagko-compute pa talaga to si Grayamar.
Correct. Napaka-active talaga ni Grayamar, ano?
Computation. Ito yung tsaka si Ma'am Eleanor, ang ano talaga. Tsaka si Ma'am, meron pa Tutor Kevin, si Ma'am Lorwina Tuerla nga, no, ng Gutad National High Schools from SDO Pampanga. Siya, lagi rin siya nakatutok at yung mga estudyante niya, Tutor Kevin. Ayan, may sagot na si Grayamar. Letter D, si Rebecca, letter D din. Si Adrian, letter D. Ayan. Tingnan natin, Tutor Kevin, marami pang magsasagot yan. Wait lang, mag-ano tayo, mga lima.
May oras pa tayo.
Diba sila Henschel?
Si Henschel, si Den. Tagasan ba si Henschel? Para mabati naman natin.
Henschel laging sumasagot. Estudyante ko rin yan, Tutor Kevin. Si Henschel.
Oh!
Very
naman
active.
Mga estudyante mo,
okay.
ma'am.
Si Andre, letter D. Most of them, letter D, Tutor Kevin. Tiffany is letter D also. Ayan, oops. Yeah. Ayan, sino ito may nagpapabati? Si Princess from Diamantina. Kabanutuan is ito, Tutor Kevin. Isabella.
Wow.
Ayan, biglang ayan. Sumulpot
Si Visitasyon Guyod Turuk. Good afternoon.
Tutor Kevin, hello sa inyo dyan. Ayan. Alright, Tutor Kevin. So, sa tingin mo ba tama ang kanilang computation here?
Yeah,
because their answer, most of them answered letter D, Tutor Kevin. Ano kayo? D.
Oh, this is letter D ha. This is not letter C.
Oo, letter D yan. Oo,
ayan,
si
letter
Tutor Kevin
D.
na ano lang sa letter D. Kaya pala si Henschel, letter C din nilagay, Tutor Kevin, pero letter D din eh.
Sorry naman.
Tama talaga silang lahat. Alright, Tutor Kevin. Alam ko, meron pa tayong, letter D yan ha. Tama lahat sila. Okay. So, ayan, Tutor Kevin, batiin ko lang si Visitasyon Guyod Turuk. Ayan, from Magdalena, Gafud. Ayan. Okay. So, hello sa inyo. Siyempre, ang tala, Tutor Kevin, no? Ayan. Hanggang ano yun, walang pisay. Gusto ko yun, Tutor Kevin, no? Talaga nakakatuwa, di ba? From pre-assessment, okay, down to our quiz, nandito sila at nakatutok.
Nandyan sila.
At nagsasagot. Thank you so much, learners, teachers, and parents. Alright, Tutor Kevin, ang ganda ng words to ponder mo. Ano ba ito?
Big things often has small beginnings. Lahat ng bagay nagsimula sa maliit at lahat ng bagay ay may value. Okay?
Alright, so talaga naman, di ba? Ang ganda niyan, the big things often has small beginnings. Hindi naman kasi lahat ng hindi lahat ng mga bagay, Tutor Kevin, ay nakuha mo na kaagad ng ganun ka,
Yes.
diba? Kumbaga parang if we will compare that to success, no? Lahat ng nakikita natin na mga magagandang bagay sa paligid, o yung mga, kumbaga, yung mga na-achieve natin ng mga bagay, Tutor Kevin, nag-umpisa tayo sa maliit di ba?
Yes.
Mag-umpisa tayo dun sa bagay na ganito muna tayo noon, pero tingnan mo ngayon, ang ganda na. Parang siguro, Tutor Kevin, yung bahay mo ang ganda-ganda, no? Nagsimula ba yan na malaki na kaagad? Ang maliit muna. Tapos unti-unti mo siyang binuo at pinalaki. Diba? So,
makikita mo na lang, no? Wow, I started it.
Yeah.
Small,
mas masarap daw pag maliit muna, tapos biglang lumaki.
Oh, kasi mas masakit daw kapag yung malaki agad tapos biglang umiit.
Ay, iba yun.
Diba? Parang gumuhong pangarap. So ito, building talaga to Alright, so that's it for our Grade 9 Science Monday tutorial, 2:20 to 3 p.m. At syempre, live na live tayo sa ating DepEd EdTech Unit Facebook page at DepEd tayo at saka sa YouTube channel natin, DepEd Philippines, DepEd EdTech at DepEd TV. Ako po si Ginoong Kevin A. Domingo from SDO Calamba City. And of course,
Tutor Bandong, SDO Malabon. Ayan, hanggang sa muli, Tutor Kevin. At susunod natin, Tutor Rainier and Tutor Echad for Grade 10 Science naman, Tutor Kev. Ayan.
At syempre, for your comments and suggestions, please scan our QR code there. Maraming salamat po. At syempre, we grow because you are there. At sa inyong comments, mas mapapagbuti namin ang aming serbisyo sa inyo. For comments, suggestions, just email us at edtech@deped.gov.ph. God bless everyone.
Salamat talaga,
See you
Tutor
next
Kevin,
Monday.
sa ating mga learners, no? Teachers and parents. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you again next time.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Direct Earl.
Thank you, Direct.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!